Hi, Chef Charles here, and today we're going to be talking about how to make vegetables taste great. Now, it's hard to argue against the fact of all the health benefits that vegetables provide. They do help provide a lot of good minerals and vitamins that help keep the body healthy. Vegetables are also a great source of fiber. Now, at Mainstay, we're always talking about fiber because we know all the benefits of fiber. We know that it helps clean the blood vessels, also helps with the digestive tract. In addition to that, we also know that vegetables help keep you fuller longer. So if you're someone who wants to lose weight, or if you just want to maintain your weight, vegetables are a good way to eat a lot of volume, but also not pack on the pounds and pack on a lot of calories. Now, you may say to yourself, that's great and all, but what does that do for me if I'm someone who doesn't like to eat a lot of vegetables? Or how about if you have challenges in making vegetables taste good? Some people just say vegetables, they don't like the taste of them. Well, that's why I'm here today. I'm going to show you give you some pointers how to make vegetables taste good. We're going to be talking about savory and sweet. Now, savory means flavorful but not sweet. We're going to talk about boiled vegetables because that's a common way of making vegetables. We're also going to talk about raw vegetables, how to make them savory and sweet, and even sauteing vegetables, how to make those savory and sweet. So let's get started. Now, a popular way of making vegetables is either to boil them or microwave them. Now, boiling them actually reduces the flavor of the vegetables. And if you decide to microwave them, you're not adding any flavor to them. Now, if you want to add some flavor in a healthy way to some boiled or microwave vegetables, there are some very easy steps that you can take and by adding some simple ingredients. Now, some of these ingredients can either make them savory or sweet. So now I'm going to give you some examples of how to make the vegetables savory. Now, a very popular item on our menu are mixed vegetables. Now, if after you cook the mixed vegetables and you want them to be savory, and you also want to add a little zest to them, you can simply add some Italian dressing. Now I have about 16 ounces of mixed vegetables here. I'm going to add a tablespoon of the Italian dressing. I'll just drizzle it right on top. Then I'll take my spoon and give it a nice stir. And now you have yourself a nice zesty dish of some mixed vegetables. If you want to add a little more to it, you could also add some Italian seasoning. Now I have about a quarter teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and I'll sprinkle it right on top. And now you not only have a nice zesty dish of Italian mixed vegetables, now with the herbs, it even give it more flavor. And that should be perfect right there. Next, I have some green beans. Now, for the green beans, they're also very popular in many of our menus. You can do pretty much the same, but this time we're going to use some soy sauce. For anywhere between 12 to 16 ounces of the green beans, you simply measure out about a tablespoon and you drizzle it right on top. Then you take your spoon and just mix it up. Now you have a nice, savory, soy-based, soy-flavored green beans. If you'd like, you could also add a little garlic powder to it, and that enhance the flavor as well. Another popular dish that we have are carrots. Now, carrots goes very well with some herbs if you want to make them savory. Right here I have some rosemary and some oregano. You could also add some Italian seasoning or parsley flakes to them. Over here I have some broccoli. Broccoli goes well with, we have Mrs. Dash, which goes well with just about anything. We have some onion powder, we have some cumin. Another great combination is some Parmesan cheese and some olive oil. This works well, like I said, with the broccoli, some peas. It goes well with also some carrots or even some spinach. Now we're going to talk about how we can make some vegetables more sweet. We do have some of the same vegetables, but we have some different ingredients. Let's start off again with our mixed vegetables, which is very popular. The first thing we want to go ahead and do with the mixed vegetables is add some raspberry vinaigrette. If you ever use raspberry vinaigrette, it's not too sweet, but it has a light sweetness to it, and it really adds a lot of flavor and a little zest to vegetables. So for about 16 ounces of the mixed vegetables, I'll just measure out a tablespoon of the raspberry vinaigrette. I'll drizzle it right on top. Then I'll take my spoon, just mix it up nicely. That's simple. Right there. Now you have a nice, simple, but very sweet and zesty dish of mixed vegetables. Next we have our green beans. Now to give them a little more sweetness, all you have to do is add a little teriyaki. I'm going to measure out a tablespoon. I have about a pound of cooked green beans here. I'll drizzle right on top. Now to add a little zing to them, I'm going to measure out about a quarter teaspoon of some powdered ginger. And I'll sprinkle it right on top. I'll take my spoon and give it a nice stir, like so. This is so simple and so good. And that should do it. And right now you simply have a very nice dish of some ginger teriyaki green beans. Next we have some carrots, which are also very popular. Carrots are naturally sweet, so if you want to enhance the sweetness of the carrots, simple items you could add are either some cinnamon or some nutmeg. That does the trick. Other items that you can add to your vegetables, like from carrots to your broccoli, spinach, or even some peas. Fruit juice works very well. You could add some orange juice, you could add some apple juice. I like to save the juice from the canned fruit and like pineapple juice, and you can just put it out in the refrigerator, and if you want to add it to your vegetables, that works perfectly also. Now when it comes to raw vegetables, the common practice is just dip them into high-calorie sauces or dressings. Raw vegetables are the perfect snack for after workshop or even after dinner. Now some very common raw vegetables are some carrots, we have some celery, also some cucumbers, even some bell peppers. The raw vegetables, if you want to make them savory and you don't want to pack in the calories, some suggestions I have for you. You could use low-fat Italian dressing. We have some salsa, which works very well. A great combination if you decide you want to make a dip would be, you could take some low-fat sour cream. I'm going to measure out about a cup, and I'll just put it in my mixing bowl like so. Then you could take some Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash works with everything. I'm just going to measure out a quarter teaspoon of Mrs. Dash right here. Then I'll take my spoon, just mix it up nicely. Just like so. And now you have a low-calorie dip for your raw vegetables. Now, for people on a mechanical soft diet, this sour cream mixture works very well. You simply just put the sour cream and your raw vegetables in a food processor or blender, and before you know it, you have a nice creamy dish of some raw vegetables. Now, if you decide you want to make the raw vegetables sweet, a couple items that I can suggest to you are, we have some low-fat raspberry vinaigrette dressing that works very well. We also have some light fruit yogurt that also works very well. And it works perfectly if you want to go ahead and make a sweeter raw vegetable dish for mechanical soft. Now besides boiling your vegetables, there are other cooking methods that you can use. You can grill vegetables, you can roast them, and you can saute them. Today we'll just concentrate on sauteing vegetables. We'll probably talk about the other methods at a later date. The items that I'll be showing today are some broccoli. I have about 16 ounces here. We have some minced garlic, some soy sauce. Other items that works well with this method also could be some salsa or some low-fat Italian dressing. Now the first thing I'm going to go do is start off by measuring some olive oil. I have a tablespoon of olive oil here, and I'll just put it in the skillet like so. And I'll go ahead and turn my heat on to medium. Then I'll measure out the minced garlic. I have half a teaspoon here. Now if you don't have minced garlic, you could also use some cut onions. I'll give it a little stir in there. The garlic cooks very quickly. So as soon as you see it starts to brown, I'll just go ahead and add the broccoli. Just Just give it a few more seconds. Yep, it's starting to brown already. And we'll go ahead and just add the broccoli. Now I'm simply going to saute the broccoli, get it nicely coated with the garlic and the oil. This is smelling nice already. And if your broccoli is frozen, you want to go ahead and let it simmer for a few minutes. And right now I'm going to go ahead and measure my soy sauce. This is low sodium soy sauce. I have a tablespoon. And I'll drizzle it right in there. And I'll go ahead and stir that in there. This smells so nice, and it's a great alternative to boiling your vegetables. Another common practice I've noticed is that people tend to overcook the vegetables. You definitely don't want your vegetables to be too soggy. They taste a lot better when they have a little bite to them. So my broccoli should be ready in a couple minutes. I'm just going to let them simmer for a few more minutes and they should be ready. Now keep in mind, even though I'm using broccoli, sauteing vegetables, you can use any type of vegetables, from your carrots to your corn, your green beans, even spinach. Sauteing simply means just cooking the food to low to moderate heat and just stirring them frequently. So saying all that in one word, you could just say saute. Okay, our broccoli is ready. And now you have some perfectly sauteed vegetables. Hi again. Now, a few moments ago you just observed me make some savory broccoli. I used some soy sauce and some garlic. Now I just finished sauteing some vegetables. I made them sweet. The process is very similar. The only difference is I used some teriyaki sauce and some orange juice. Now fruit juices are perfect when you want to make your vegetables sweet. You can use orange juice like I have here. You could use pineapple juice, especially the juice left over from canned fruit. And you could also use some apple juice. All I did was just measure 2 tablespoons of orange juice. You could do the same thing with the pineapple juice or apple juice. And 1 tablespoon of teriyaki. And I just stirred it up. And I had these simmering for about 5 minutes. I had the same amount, about a pound of the broccoli. And voila, you have a nice sweeter version of broccoli, or you could do the same process with any type of vegetables, from carrots, corn, spinach, or even peas.